What is going on, Awakened Ones? Welcome to another episode on my channel. If you've been following me on this journey of the love of wisdom, I thank you dearly so much for being here. But if you're new to this channel, my name is Brittany Fontanez, and I dearly appreciate you for being here. And what I do is I assist people to awakening into their power to find the infinite love within themselves. Today, I want to talk about the 7 subsoul bodies. And what do I mean by that? You probably are all confused, but this is an exciting thing I want to share with you since I have been implementing this in my studies of growing myself spiritually and getting more into my galactic body, as you would say. But since you don't know, I'm going to get in depth into this. What the 7 subsoul bodies are is, one, I want you to realize is that you are a multi-dimensional divine spiritual being. You are not just a physical flesh body. There is more to you, and you might feel that there's some truth to this because of some things you have probably experienced on the mental plane and on the emotional plane. But here's what I want to get into. I just want to get straight into it. So the first body is the first layer, which is the physical layer. That is the etheric body, the etheric template body that pertains one's physical health, which is the lowest layer of the human energy field. I had to write all this down because I can't fully remember this. But the second layer is the emotional body. Now, it is associated with feelings. This is a color coordinated body in our energetic field. It changes depending on the person's emotions. That's why if you ever realize at a young age they have like mood rings, and then when you put them on, it kind of determines how you feel by its color. That's how our emotional body is, which is very amazing that now that really triggers me into remembering that memory. But the third layer is the mental body. This is where it holds all the thoughts and the mental processes that we have on a daily basis. Even when we have some thoughts that seem so abnormal, but sometimes those thoughts aren't even ours. That's the crazy part. You're, like I said, you're multidimensional. You're connected to such a larger part of your physical self that it's beyond words, honestly. But this one communicates with all other levels of the body. If you think about it, if you watch any other channels that talk about law of attraction, it talks about your thoughts create your reality. Well, your thoughts communicate with your emotions and communicates with your body in order for it to create movement. Now, I'm not saying the mental body is the most important body, but I am saying it does associate with every part and every level of your entire being. So the fourth layer is the astral body. This one is literally the true bridge to the spiritual plane. Your perceptions and abilities leap from the physical to the subtle. We perceive energies that are not on this vibrational frequency. When it's tuned with this love, then all of other energies dissipate. Now, what's amazing about the astral body, like I just said, when it's in tune with love, all the lower vibrations dissipate. Nothing else really truly exists. And on this astral plane, I'll never forget, I've actually did some astral projection. If you are not familiar with that, it's that when you are in a sleepy state, you kind of like and dissipate every physical sense that you feel, and then you pretty much going into your astral body, and it just floats out of your physical self. So therefore you're just so much more aware of something bigger than yourself. And this body you're mostly in tune with when you're in a dreamlike state. That's why if you do astral projection, like they say, it allows you to be one with your astral body, so you could be fully mindful in every part of your dream. And that's how you could take control of your dreams. That's how you can understand more about yourself. But this body is the most important one. I wouldn't say overcome it, but once you really get in tune with this part of yourself, you're really bridging yourself into expansion. Not just into expansion of consciousness, but expansion of a bigger part of you that we came on this earth and forgotten about. But let me get more in depth into this. The fifth layer, which I really, really like, is the etheric temporal body. It exists before the physical body. It is a thought that coexists in a different dimension. It only is visible to advanced healers and clairvoyants. This layer is important to use for healing the lower etheric body. If the physical becomes disfigured. Now, if you guys ever hear stories about, people having miracles of healing themselves, like spiritually or, religiously, that is this body right here, the etheric template body. It exists way before we even get to the physical layer, but this is where all kind of the spiritual gets in tune with the physical. This body I've actually started to get really in tune with this layer. I remember this actually happened not too long ago, about a couple of weeks ago, where I was just sitting down and I was reading a book, and all of a sudden I was like looking at my finger while I was holding the page, and I saw my auric level, my auric field, and it was just green, and I'm like, whoa. Like my whole hand was just glowing green. Not my physical hand, but like the outer layer of my hand was just glowing green, and I was really amazed. I was like, whoa, I'm really starting to see my energetic field. And that's when I started doing this study, I realized that I was looking at my etheric template body. I was getting more in tune with not only just my physical self, but with my spiritual self at that. So it was really amazing to witness that on my own time. And now let's get to the next one. The 6th layer is the celestial body. This body is in tune with the emotional spiritual self. This one communicates with the spiritual realms as feelings of ecstasy and unconditional love. You become aware with this body by raising your vibration, level of awareness and consciousness. As you work from the heart chakra, feelings of divine love and connections with all at large become very present in your reality. Now this one I've been very, very in tune with a lot these past few months, because I will have my moments where I'm driving, or I'm at the gym, I'm working out, or I'm just like around certain people, and all of a sudden I just it feels kind of overwhelming, but I do not want to use the word overwhelming. It was just a very strong feeling of love coming into my energetic field, coming into my heart, to the point I just want to start crying. Like, I just feel pure ecstasy and pure love. It's just like the most amazing thing I've ever felt, and that makes me truly connected not only with myself but the universe at large. And that puts me in such a gratitude and gratifying state that it makes me really just become more aware of what is truly important, not just my needs and not just what I want only, but what this creation of life is all about. And that is a pure connection that we do seek. So that one is, honestly, when you get into this layer, then you're getting really in tune with not only raising your vibration, but understanding more about who you truly are. Now the last layer, this layer is the 7th layer. Some people call this the casual template body, but some call it the etheric template body, which is the mental spiritual body. It contains all the other bodies, all the other layers at once that I just named out for you guys, and it pulsates and vibrates at a very high level. This is the knowing body. Well, we know we are one with God. It contains the Kundalini force that runs throughout the whole body. The last auric level is the spiritual plane. Now, what I've experienced with this layer is that, yes, it does pulsate at a very high rate. But when I say it is the all-knowing body, it knows. It just knows. Like, when you have your moments where you just feel like you know something's about to happen, or you know this particular thing is going to happen, that is you at your core frequency, your core alignment with the divine connection, honestly, I would say. Or you would like to call it, the pure oneness with God. That's what you would like to call it. But this is the all-knowing body. This is where, if you research a lot of spiritual teachers, they just seem so in tune with themselves. They know who they are. They know what they want. They know so much. It makes it seem like they seem a little arrogant because they know it all. Well, it's because they're so in tune with their etheric body that they're really just one in their core frequency of alignment, which is pure connection with your divine self. So these are all the subsoul bodies that make up who you truly are as a being right here, right now. Not just a person, but as a being. Now, I'm not saying that you should focus so much on every single layer of yourself, but what I am saying is that when you put a lot of awareness into who you truly are, you'll come to understand that you are a multi-dimensional being. And I noticed that I didn't even get into depth on one of them, actually. And let me go back. The fifth layer, the etheric Templar body. We live in different dimensions every single moment of the day. You know how? Is because if you go back into the past and think about a memory in the past, but then again you're in the present, but then again you think about something in the future that you want to predict, you're multi-dimensional. You're jumping into different dimensions at once. And that's how you can really start to figure out that you're multi-dimensional. When you realize that you're mentally somewhere else, but physically you're right here, you're going into different dimensions. You're going into different states, even when you're dreaming. But what I am saying is that don't focus solely and so hard on, trying to level these out all the time. I'm telling you, if you do meditate every day, like I do, you will get more in tune, and these layers will start to balance and cleanse themselves out to the point you will become one and in harmony with your natural frequency, which is your divine spiritual self. But if you even see a lot of people who post, or you see this one post that says it doesn't matter. I even said this in one of my videos. It doesn't matter how much tea you drink, how much yoga you do, how much you work out. If you don't take care of what's going on within, then nothing is really healthy. And it's very true. Now, you should attend to these and be aware of who you truly are, not just on the physical plane, because when you can understand these different aspects of your being, you will be able to understand why you are the way that you are, why you think the way that you do, why you feel and act a certain way, and have a certain perspective. And not only that, when you actually get more in tune with understanding these, you will expand your awareness so abruptly to the point that there will be no need to be in lower frequencies. That's why there's a lot of other spiritual teachers. They would talk about, raising your vibration by feeling good, by being at certain frequencies of emotions, like going from depression to reasoning, or to reasoning to love, and to enlightenment. It's because when you do get past your physical body and get more in tune with your emotional body, you kind of get into that gap, and you're able to bridge yourself into connecting all parts of you when you are in your emotional state. Because when you're in your emotional state, you're getting in tune with your heart chakra. When you're in tune with your heart chakra, you're literally opening up to receiving your love. Now, I'm not talking about the love just from you, but the love that this universe has for you. Now, when you're in tune with that love, everything starts balancing itself out. All of your layers of your being start to become and vibrate in harmony, in accordance with what you truly are. Now, when I told you that story where I said I saw my aura, my energy field, I started to realize that I'm becoming more in tune with all of these parts of myself, pretty much becoming whole and at one. And now I'm getting to a point where I'm becoming deliberately aware of what I think, becoming so aware of what I say, becoming so aware of how I feel and how I act, because I know everything I do, I am the creator of my reality, and I take responsibility for that, and I know I'm planting seeds for my harvest in the future. So that's why doing all of this work, this inner work, has made me kind of dissipate all the lower frequencies I had. Like, worry has dissipated immensely from my life. Anger has been a huge issue in my family and in myself overall as I was growing up, now to the point that I see anger as such an opportunity where I could transform and use that into a more productive energy. sadness, depression. My family has a tendency to, experience suicide or suicidal thoughts. And I did have those moments when I was younger, but now all that has dissipated. All these lower frequencies have really started to diminish from my life, because I've become so deliberately aware of my entire essence. And this gives me the opportunity to really mold myself into who I want to be. And who you become, you start to grow your magnetizing energy. What I mean by that is that you start to change your energy to the point that you start magnetizing different things into your life. Now, when you get aware of your emotions and you become aware of how you're becoming, or who you were and what you're allowing yourself to become, you're literally shifting yourself. You're literally massively changing yourself in every way, shape, or form. To the point that who you used to be, people won't recognize anymore, because you become this person that's taken control of your life. I'm not saying you're having control of the outer world, but you're having control of the inner world, which creates the outer world. When you give yourself this ability to do this, you're doing yourself a huge service and a huge favor. So allow yourself to understand that you're a multi-dimensional being. You got to own it first in order to allow all this wisdom and all this knowledge. If you've been watching this video so far, you're already opened up. You're already awakened. But if you do this, you give yourself the ability and the awareness to be the creator of your reality. And that is where your power lies. And that is where you become one with the unconditional love that is of this world and that is divine, that is within you. So take into consideration that you're just more than just human, and you have a lot more to learn about yourself. But when you do learn more about yourself, you will come to realize life is not the way that you used to look at it. Life is the way that you want to see it. And that is so much more astounding when you allow yourself to pretty much be self-made rather than self-deprecated, or rather than being dictated at that. So that was my message for today. If you guys really enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you're already watching it, you should subscribe to my channel already, But if you do enjoy these videos, hit the notification button so you get daily videos from me. Also, follow me on Instagram, as I post so much more uplifting things on a consistent basis, just for you to become the best version of yourself and to find the power and the love within you. So until then, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. Stay blissful, remain authentic, and namaste.